I think Overwatch tried a game mode like that or something. There's like 2 or 3 or 4 points or something. That would be cool. Don't losers pick next map? I don't think that's how that works in this tournament. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think that's how it works.
We need to see it off the rip here, so we'll see if they lock it in, and it's gonna be Loki.
Ban Loki.
I mean, the Loki is also super annoying. I think it's important to remember how good the
Ban Adam.
we don't highlight them that much because, well,
All right.
the team is just like
Virtus Pro does not like that comp.
so the stability that the strategists bring is
Or wait, no. Is that the other way around? I actually can't tell by the... I'm assuming...
makes these games
I'm assuming the sides that they're at is accurate. This is actually kind of a cool overlay.
and those double strategists with the copy are a little bit ridiculous. The protect on the invisible woman, pretty interesting. I guess with 2 strategists already banned out, VP wants to ensure that, you know, they've got like a core strategist that they're very comfortable on here in this map.
Yeah, that would be my guess there, especially because with Adam
Is Shroud X playing tonight? I believe we're playing in the North American Marvel Rivals fight night. I think so. I think. Unless my comms are not accurate.
It's like it is still strong, but I just feel it's a little underwhelming without the team up.
Even though they ban Adam, they still protect Star-Lord.
There's you got Hela, Winter Soldier, Namor, Wolverine. I mean, this maybe not
Ban Hela, fuck it. Oh, Namor ban. Ooh, I like that. Fuck Namor. Cringe-ass character. Fucking loser. Stupid autopilot, dumb, easy mode character. Sorry.
is actually pretty well targeted. So I think it's probably one of the better dive-oriented strategists with all the damage output it brings and the focus on being aggressive.
I think if VP banned Venom right now, I don't know. LG is gonna be such a problem because okay, they're gonna ban.
Yeah, fuck Groot as well. I like these bans. I would be happy if every single game looked like these bans. Loki, Namor, Groot, Adam. Those 4 bans, if I saw that every single game, that would put a smile on my face. Absolute perfect bans. That's how you get a perfect match. Oh, it is LG's pick. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is. Maybe this format works the same way. Loser picks the map. Why would they pick a domination map? That's crazy. That's the first time I've seen... This is the first time I've seen a team actually pick domination. Every time they pick Convoy or Convergence. So weird.
Prove that. But now we get to see a different look for them. As it seems to be the Thing and Magneto. Nevix has always impressed me on every Vanguard I've seen, so I'm excited to watch the Thing gameplay.
All right, I'm excited as well. Thank you, Jake. You mentioned an international LAN. Maybe one day we could have that happen here at Rivals Fight Tonight. And the only way to make that happen is with your continued support. So make sure you're subscribing to all of the channels. Thank you to Hanny Extra. I'm trying to do Puckett Shop at the same time for the subs here on Twitch, as well as the people co-streaming. I see Shrouds out there amongst some others. So
let's go, W.
The $20 million lands incoming.
But look at this, Destroyed coming out with the Black Widow. A man after
I love this. This is a good map for Widow. Risky, but good map. That's not a good example. Please don't swap off Widow. That's a bad example. Don't swap, LG. Don't swap. Stay. Stay. He swapped. He swapped the hell out. He swapped the hell out.
I think Venom is great for this
No, man, I like the pick.
But I mean, the Star-Lord is going to make that very tough. You're gonna get so much pressure, and it's Destroyed already making the swap. I mean, they're not even gonna bother anymore. Like, okay, that's enough.
What's up, Nuxer?
We'll just be matching in that regard, but I mean, he just respawned his enemies instantly. Dealt with. Where was Sparker at? He had to have been basically right in front of the spotter doors.
Jesus Christ!
The rest of the team, as they just continue to push forward. Naga able to find 1-5, going to be taken down, continuing to be maybe the sacrificial lamb here for Virtus Pro, but then gets traded out as Sparker continues to absolutely dominate. I mean, you can just hear those dinks flying here as he's just.
Holy shit, this guy's insane.
Online.
And you see here with the Invisible Woman, what's so crucial, I think in particular for this map, is great find there from Level 1 Crook there, just using the damage boost, the self-damage boost to find Fi. So they managed to rotate around, make it to the point.
Could rotate around the corner. Get him to the cart or the hill, I guess.
Angles with the Guardian Shield, right? As trust me, looking to find something, just force anything.
This is such a scrappy game.
Into a shield, it's just a sad time.
Yeah, into a shield, into a, some supports that are nearby. Sparker going to be going to the skies there with that Goddess of Death moments before getting picked up. You can see the HP, how low it was. As Crook is going to be popping the ult to try to keep everybody alive, but Naga off on the flank. A pixel spotted out of place, and Sparker able to collect. Naga going to be taken down there. As Virtus Pro able to maintain control of the point and maintain the dominance now. 70% getting ready to be here.
LG's got better ults. Well, actually, Star-Lord. Star-Lord.
But Sparker is just absolutely dunking on him. Crook going to be taken down, destroyed, dead as well. Sparker finding the 2K as Rajaro.
They're getting fucking cooked, bro. LG's getting cooked.
It didn't find a kill. Sparker's just destroying them all.
Got thrown at the back.
To be fair, Sparker was ridiculous in Overwatch.
Some of the damage there from 5, but it just wasn't enough as Naga getting the bubble, coming on in, but trust me, already down, trying to make space. I mean, look at the
Jesus Christ. They just raw healed that.
Using the stellar shifts late as well to survive. No one goes down to the Galactic Legend, even with Naga.
Half of them went under, half of them stayed in point, and then they just healed from under.
Looking for a perfect closeout once
Dude, they're
again.
getting fucking owned. This is so good.
The fadeaway shot there onto Naga. It's destroyed, desperately just sending out the ultimate. But
dude, we don't have a dominance force like this in NA. Maybe 100 Thieves, but I still think anyone could win in NA. Every time I watch VP, they just fucking shit on everybody.
Warrior Falls now needing to be the turning point if Luminosity wants to start getting their first vestiges.
This team always plays Mantis.
Mr. Kilios, I am not
LG
feeling so good right now for LG. I'm not feeling so good. There was just a masterclass. I love that they're trying to pull out the Venom. It's something I think like maybe that's going to work for them. You know, there's no triple strategist, so it's a little bit harder to keep your backline alive since you want to be Adam Warlock. But right now, just didn't get the value.
LG, you have the perfect moment to play Mantis,
and,
Hawkeye,
Domination is
Black Widow.
That first fight is always hard because you're down.
That's it. You just want those three. Fuck it. Maybe
So
they aren't that
just
bad, and
trying to
every
lose
EU team is just bad.
potentially.
Oh.
As you know,
Oh
we're
wait,
here.
maybe they aren't that good, and every other
Second
EU
round,
team
and
is just bad.
is that
That's
surely-
possible.
no. Never trust
I've heard
spawns.
rumors
Like,
that
if I were
VP
to-
is
I mean, they were
insane,
gonna have
but
the team
every
up
other
eventually
EU
with Teddy
team
Parker
is
Venom, but yeah,
buns.
they were gonna
So
keep that,
that could be true. That's just a rumor, though. I don't know.
Yeah,
So-
Psylocke stays up, which means that there is going to be a lot of, I mean, this is a map where there's a lot of ground you can cover. So being a visibility, you can cover ground really quick. You can pressure the back line a lot. You can also get to the high ground pretty easily.
I still
You can
think
destroy
picking
the pillars,
fucking
you can walk on
Domination's
up, you have the
crazy.
jump
Good
pad.
bub.
So Psylocke's like, I say disadvantages a little bit mitigated here, and you can kind of hunt for some of the squishies a bit more.
Where is that guy going? Where are you going?
Out of all
What's that guy
the
thinking?
Domination we've seen so far, the first kill. The first
This guy thinks he's invisible.
Luminosity ends up getting taken down once again as Naga similarly going to suffer the same fate as Spike, coming away with the elimination. Crook just trying to layer in some damage here and keep Rajaro alive here as they backpedal, but well, looks like they still want to stick around. Still want to try to turn the tides of this fight here as Fate pops the ultimate, sending it through. Trust me, building it up here, looking for the drop down, looking for a decent position perhaps, but Legendary Ghost Spy just whittling away at them. Crook going to be taken down, Finley finding one, and now, the ult is still going to be committed here from Trust Me, despite the fact that they lose out on two of their strategies. Rajaro's out on the back end, so maybe a bit of a miscommunication. Either way, a bit of an overstep. Vi finds the punish off the back of that.
RS said VP and Sen are pretty even in scrims. Never know for sure until land, though. Scrims are different, though, man. Scrims are different.
Pretty late. I mean, best possible
You know,
scenario did force
everybody's even in scrims.
You know, feel pressure to drop the fate of both worlds.
Is that a weird thing to say?
Available here for VP is they're gonna hold aggressively, and going
You're
back
like
to
learning
Jake's
and trying
point
new
that we talked
shit.
about
You
is
can't use scrims as a prime example. Because you could be trying different rotates, you could be trying different positioning, you could be trying different characters, everything in one game.
As LG gonna be trying to dance of the butterfly, trying to find one. They do find one. They might find more.
Key target, Sparker going to be taken down, looking for a little bit more on the back end. Dridro going to be taken down to about half HP, seeking some sustain, but will not be able to find it. It's destroyed, pops the ultimate. Galactic Legend able to go ahead and start whittling away at these remaining HP bars.
Nice.
Looks for a little bit more.
They might still lose, though, actually. Hold on.
Nah,
they have a healer. They're fine.
Of some percentage gain on a point. Nevix sticking around, eating some heals, popping the shield, but widely will have to make their exit. So Luminosity.
I might roll swap to support. Is that weird? I feel like I'd be a nasty support.
They're right back in onto the point. Freeze there. On is destroyed. Taken so very low. Tucks back around the backside of the point. The pillar does end up staying alive as Dridro will fall. Finzi, however, is right back into the mix. And like you say, they did not gain control. They are still not yet in the driver's seat whatsoever. Now they're going to be taken down. They managed to find one to trade there on to Fire over.
Play low-key.
With that aggression, but it's 75% built up.
mean, they're gonna have to touch. I mean, they've Finzi here with a swap and Doctor Strange just get back even faster. And I'm seeing more and more the value of protecting the Invisible Woman here for Saipe, because you had the team up with Nevix. Nevix just gets to stay alive forever on the point of this thing. They have that team up value, give him the bonus health, give him the regen. See the aggression here, and trust me, onto the back line, trying to make some space. They do have the ult available to get it back. Gonna pop it, get a lot of value there, but they need something else.
It's not bad. They got an Invisible Woman out over there.
On the exit, getting back over towards the point. 98% now built up here for the side of Virtus Pro. They are looking for back-to-back perfect maps.
Now they just need Mantis. LG just needs Mantis to get their ults, and they're chilling, and they'll win this fight. They'll get their 1 W in a fight. Uh-oh. Okay, we're good. Mantis out.
Down some damage, looking for some eliminations, but finally everybody from Luminosity staying healthy here.
They got to fight, baby. They got to dub. Go. They used literally every single ult they had. Just about.
They've finally done it. They're in the driver's seat, but it's 99% built up here for Virtus
I
Pro.
used 4.
I mean, just a Herculean task. I mean, just actually Herculean, just fighting for all their might for all that for a drop of blood, and they've done it. They finally got the cap.
Actually 3.
Had to commit a lot. They're playing very aggressively here, trying to look for just deny the injury, maybe find a pick up on the high ground. They're closing in on a couple more ults potentially, but I mean, VP's bank not looking super healthy either, so we're going to be seeing a lot of pokey and a lot of just neutral fighting. Is what's so important right now is who wins the high ground fight. As you see, flanks coming up. There's the dive.
And it's going to be Noggin taken down. It's Spy able to find one. It's destroyed, similarly taking quite a bit of damage, as is Trust Me, backpedaling here, dropping down. And for a little bit of healing before the re-aggression, just riding the walls and going in for the jump. Let's get pushed away. 12 HP remaining. Tucked back, breaks line of sight, and does get chased down. Sparker able to pursue deep enough to be able to pick off the enemy. Venom, the flip now in.
Why do I feel like Venom is fucking terrible here?
Get ready to rejoin, but Crook is
Why isn't Bucky in pro play? He is. Very good character.
Thorn in their side. With fate falling, it looks like that'll just be the end here of the map. Brennan T'Challa, the pick, not going to be delivering a win. They do get their first little steps forward, but ultimately Virtus Pro is just a couple steps ahead. So 2-0 now as they take this to match point, and they look for another dominant showing here in the money match. $1,000, just one.
A lot of people like to play Bucky. A lot of people like to play Bucky with Groot.
Invisible Woman,
and against the Loki.
Sure we can discuss it more,
those are things that are really common.
More and more
play Bucky with Groot. Play Bucky against Loki. And both Loki and Groot are banned, so I could understand why they're not really playing it.
And anytime, trust me, try to make any sort of engages or just any of the duelists in general, force push, just guaranteeing picks, disengaging entirely. I mean, the side, and also just giving the Guardian shields as well to Sparker, who lets Sparker on the hell up peak so aggressively using the shield, which not only protects you from damage, but also heals you at the same time. And you can put them anywhere instantaneously around the map. So that Invisible Woman pick, that protect, made a lot of sense as the map went on. And Jake, I mean, was there any difference there? I mean, they played the Venom, but like, realistically, Virtus Pro just look invincible.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, it was fun to see another look at a VP, right? Like they've won so much with that Groot setup and playing like the more front to back poking style that okay, yeah, it's like going to be super dominant. Now they just show us something very different, something much more mobile, something much more active and aggressive. But it just strikes me how many times that VP is like, you know, there's that one fight at the end of that second round where, you know, Luminosity get like 3 pickoffs and you're like, surely they're gonna win a fight. But they're so good when they're even down numbers and the fight looks impossible at like just scratching back any kind of little mistake you make. They will find a pick, and then as soon as you see that like one person gets into the feed, Sparker finds a pick back on Hella, it's like they're gonna lose, man. Like you already feel like the VP is just inevitable, even though they're down numbers. Like
music is
things are really
insane right now.
That's what's so impressive to me about this VP team. Yes, they're getting ahead most of the time and just snowballing it, but when they fall behind, they still feel like they're just a wounded animal. You know, they're going to strike back twice as hard.
Yeah, just brutality here. And I mean, I think that this is going to leave Luminosity reeling, scratching their heads. I mean, we're talking about it. Yeah, they're coming in a little bit hot off the back of that victory versus your percent. Seemed like maybe with those warm-ups, it was going to be doing them some favors, but Virtus Pro.
Why does LG have an NA and EU team?
A different beast, it would seem here. So a reverse sweep
is
what would be
Why not? Fuck it.
For Luminosity to dethrone this team. Something that
we could do a Shroud X EU.
Seems very unlikely given what we've seen. Now, I mean, I think this goes beyond Herculean tasks. I think you would have to combine every single Greek legend together into one to be able to really paint an accurate picture for what we would be witnessing. But
cut the check to VP, guys. I've seen enough. Get the bank account info.
maybe let's move away from domination because it's just not looking.
They're just
too
making it
great.
worse on
Has
themselves.
SDX been invited to EWC? What? No. We're not even a real org. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
I mean, look at the Vanguards. Look at how much damage Finzi is doing, the isolation, like you pointed out, and that's like one of the benefits.
My org and my team is just for Marvel Rivals, man. There's no
the power on every role they have.
There's nothing.
Their Vanguards just do more damage than everyone else. They live longer. They get more limbs. They do everything. I mean, that solo contest you were bringing up of like, oh, they have one person on point. It was Nevix on the thing with the Invisible Woman team up. It just never able to die. Just literally never able to ruin them.
The only way I would get more.
I mean, I think
the only way I would get more like
exponential effect when you
players in different games and stuff and a different team. No way we're doing another domination. What the? What is wrong with EU? They just keep picking domination maps. What is happening?
Of course, like, even if you have a really amazing duelist, they're going to take some risks. They're going to get shut down eventually. And even when that happens, the depth on VP.
They want it to end fast.
The strategy is so well executed and well thought out here that I mean, honestly,
domination's so fucking boring.
Across the pond in NA or Asia, really should be
so boring.
Looking at Virtus Pro and just thinking like, how can we just copy what they're doing? Can we just do what they do as like a starting point to being the beginning of beating them? I don't think this is a team that you're gonna outstrat. I think this is a team that you just need to study really what they're doing because they're on a different level. They're putting on a class here for Luminosity. And
I think LG just knows VP's better. You think that's why they keep picking domination just to get it over with? No way.
You need to, just
crazy.
Clone them like the Spartan program in Halo, and then just raise them as your own, and just be like, ah, yes, we will assemble the greatest Marvel Rivals team that the world has ever seen. It's gonna be Royal Palace potentially for a third and final map here.
And domination again, by the way. That's another domination map.
Triple domination. We talked about how we see it, how it's possible, how we can sometimes see it. Well, we're seeing it right now, and it might just be triple domination at the hands of Virtus Pro.
I mean, as bad as it is, that like the way the last two maps have gone, I think VP is even better on attack defend maps. Like that's what's so terrifying here. I think there is a certain logic to this for Luminosity. They have shown that they really like to play the Venom. They like to play a dive strat. That's a little bit more comfortable for them, and I think that's a little bit more viable on domination in general.
My instinctive guess is exactly what the casters are saying. My instinctive guess is LG keeps picking domination because it's the only way they could think they can squeak out a win.
Like, respect me, please.
Because Virtus Pro is a very good team, and very good teams, if you're good at domination, you're probably really good at convoy and convergence. So my guess is LG is doing exactly what the casters said. Just trying to squeak out a win by getting lucky in domination. It's chaotic as fuck. You can maybe squeak out a win. I get it, but come on, man. Give the viewers something more exciting than Dom. Fucking 3 maps back to back.
For Nevix, who's just been insane. Okay, it's got a thing instead. Where for Nevix, who has just been looking insane.
Protected the thing. I don't think I've ever seen a thing protection.
You see in the last map, Nevix anchoring point a lot, but because a thing does a lot of damage, like a lot of damage, especially with the stone haymakers where you cleave, so you can.
Does he protect? Do they protect Star-Lord? Venom?
I mean, they're not gonna have the team up though, but you're still also able to do counter dive because you can jump back. You can give the shields that damage reduction with the.
Bro, I think Venom is so dog shit.
So it's a pretty strong.
Just my humble opinion, though.
And that's what they're gonna protect the Venom. So yeah, they're just like, okay, hopefully
they should ban Luna.
Strategist counters. We're just gonna play Venom.
VP should ban Luna.
Yeah,
Thoughts?
maybe without the team up, you could think that the Venom could have a little bit a better chance in the matchup. They banned the Loki as well. Not
Luna ban?
With that, so tons of strategist bans coming in. It's a pretty small strategist roster left remaining in the pool. See what VP wants to go with. For their final ban here, but like we've seen in the other maps, I'm not sure how much it matters. The gap between these two teams is enormous right now.
Mantis?
I'm just hoping that VP
I don't know.
to put on a lesson. I think for a lot of the fans watching, this is just an opportunity to learn from the very best players in the world right now.
Can't really go wrong with that, I guess.
4 strategist ban. I mean, so you're really looking at what? Like, I mean, for sure, Luna. And then
it'd be Luna. It's gonna be Luna and
Cloak
I mean,
and
at this point, Cloak and Dagger.
Is it Jeff?
No, it's not Jeff time. It's not Jeff time. It's definitely not. Unless they're gonna
It could be time to Jeff, actually. Luna Jeff. Now's the moment.
We're gonna see Jeff. I mean, to be fair, I do think there's moments where, like, theoretically, Jeff, especially because I think players have gotten a lot better.
Venom hates like Rocket hate. They hate what they don't understand.
Where Jeff.
I mean, I don't think the character is that bad. I don't think the character is that bad. I just think
lot of value. And if your strategist is able to hit shots, it is like having another
In like
duelist,
comp,
especially with the damage boost. And
in ranked he's fine. In comp, I feel like
so it's a very, very strong hero.
he's hard to use, man. It's hard to get value.
I appreciate you.
I feel
treating
like
me with your hypotheticals avast there, but the likelihood of the Jeff going to be pretty much slim to none. But Jake, thank you as well. Let's go ahead and get into this. A third domination map for Luminosity to try to start turning the tides. Need a reverse sweep if they want to become the new EU champions here at Rivals Fight Night. Let's see what they got is right now. I mean, the Luna Snows, you know, very much were expected, but it looks like both teams going to be coming out with the Rocket Raccoon. Oh my God!
That's a Jeff.
Oh my
That's
God!
a Jeff. We have the back. We have backyard bar. We have backyard
Jeffrey.
barnyard backline here. I mean, we have a Jeff. We have a Rocket Raccoon. I mean, it's the petting zoo. We've done it. We've activated it. It's beat.
The petting zoo.
Okay, how does it look? He's into the back line. He's immediately destroyed the rest field here.
They're using him as a TP. They're just gonna use him as a duelist. They're gonna use him as a duelist. Let him float around. Jeff does do a lot of damage. Achilles. So they're gonna have Jeff just float around, try to pressure their backline.
He's just being a distraction, dude. He's just being a distraction. Let's go, Jeffrey.
But I'm very curious to see how this plays out. For now, that was destroyed, dropping down off the high ground, layering in a bit of damage, but so far HP.
So weird that he backed off. So weird.
No. Ends up getting eliminated. Destroyed himself. Also taken low. Finzi for now the only one really.
Their healing is so fucking low. Because they pretty much just have one healer with Jeff. And he was dead. So he actually couldn't heal at all.
This is desperation. If you've ever seen desperation before, this is your back's against the wall, and it's like, Jesse, it's time to cook.
Bro.
We have to do anything possible. It's Finzi peeking there aggressively, just stopping the rotation. Finally says destroyed his fate on point, looking to back cap, and just immediately executed.
Yeah, I mean, just get stabbed.
What the fuck is this match, dude? What am I watching? What is this? This is Europe right here. This is what EU looks like.
The accuracy that we've been seeing from Sparker, from Fi, playing the Jeff feels that much more sketchy, I suppose. 30%.
This is
still on the
God's
go before we can get
soldier.
the before you can get the chomp ult though. So maybe can see a couple people from VP getting spat off the
EU rivals, yeah, it's fucking crazy. I mean, VP's good, but what is happening on the other side?
In time, as trust me, Days Live there with the ult is that they have bubbles.
Frozen,
They
though.
bubble the ult entirely.
Naga just gonna be noted here.
Bro, what?
Gonna escape, but Finzi pursues, finds that
Does
kill.
keyboard
So
die?
Gonna be taken down as Finzi just absolutely wrecks the duelist lineup. And immediately, I mean, you have to go for a
At least we'll have NA soon, because this shit fucking sucks.
It's time. It's time, Nicholios. They have Jeff ult. Maybe they
This
can
is
do it.
crazy.
They're gonna have several fast characters to make their way on back. Fate here on the higher ground. Drijo just runs past them, and they just pass each other in the night. Is Fate, or is it gonna go for the contest? Is it gonna be Fate looking for it? I mean, they're looking at him. They're shooting at my Jeff, my poor Jeff. They're making him run away.
They destroy the platform. They're keeping him zoned away. As Naga now going to be swapping over onto the Wolverine. The touch getting ready to come through. 97% dives in, gets taken down. We're not going to see the ult of Hess. No.
What the fuck is happening?
Comes away with the kill. Luminosity now needs to get entrenched. Meteor at the ready. Shara taking so much damage, but does manage to find that little bit of a fadeaway there on the Fi. Able to trade one back. Fate going to be sprinting back over to try to get the ult layered in. Finzi taking to the skies. His own Meteor now going to be sent out, but no value found off the back of that one. It is very possible. Fate.
Here comes Jeffrey.
The answer is going to be right now. He's going for it. Does he find anybody here?
They're just run away. They just run away.
Wait, he got two.
Goes up. Okay. Does
Wait.
find one.
They get touched because Jeff ult doesn't count as a contest. It doesn't count as a contest to Kilios because he's Jeff ulting, and so they don't touch. Where was the rest of them? I think also he swallowed one of his own
Holy
teammates as well. I think he took two of his own teammates, so they just took them up and they.
Oh wait, he swallowed his team. That's okay. That's what happened. I thought he swallowed two of them, but he only swallowed one of them.
Oh no.
That's okay. I mean, his other teammates should have been on the cart or on the point, but whatever. They're gonna lose anyway. Who cares? Doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. It actually doesn't even matter. They're gonna lose anyway. It's all good.
On the other side, having, I mean, won a limb for the whole team. A whole, just on Richaro. I mean, Jeff Troll. I mean, that's just. If this is a ranked game, do you know I'd be typing Jeff Troll in the chat? Like,
I want to see VP versus NA teams. I mean, it'd be closer.
Oh boy.
A lot closer.
We'll shake off the previous round.
This is making me sad.
Happen and focus up here for what could very well be the final. As Virtus Pro just one sub-map away from closing things out. And it looks like Fate this time not even going to play around with it. Naga as well, straight off the rip, over onto the Wolverine.
Look at this. Groot, Saipei and Nevix doing the team up, walking up into the high ground. Always fun. And immediately taking off the high ground, but that's fine because of the jump pad.
Shoves him back.
Yeah, they're all good. Is there going to be some initial fighting?
Okay, let's see how VP plays this map. Because what? Yo, what the fuck was that Groot ult? That was crazy, and he landed it pretty like accurately too. I don't think I've ever seen a Groot attempt that kind of ult before, ever. That was fucking insane. It was so risky, but they're up, dude. They're up 2-0. They're up 2-0. Haven't dropped a single dom point. I think they may have dropped one, but
survive. But the cap is there. Virtus Pro once again in control.
See how aggressive the Virtus.
It's not as value if you don't follow up. Oh no, for sure. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying like that was crazy. Like they're just VP is just trolling. This guy's throwing Groot ult across the whole map. This is the craziest thing ever.
And a lot of pressure onto Naga right now. Naga, they need to be trying to find, that capture, find that leap, to maybe find one, force the bubble at least. And so far, nothing.
Yeah, I mean, right now, just trying to scale back into some kind of position where you can begin to look at a retake here, begin to look at getting into those flanks and finding those picks. Naga does go diving forward, and immediately he's going to be met with death. The bubble's there for a brief little moment, but it gets melted right through, so Rajar is not going to be enough to try to keep that Wolverine alive, and the ult gets nullified. So Destroyed does manage to find one. Pops the ultimate, got us a death now in play. Looking for a little bit more.
Wait, they actually don't have anything. VP doesn't have anything. Besides Groot ult.
Able to find one ult invested, but Rez is there from Saipa.
Wait, they might actually lose their first fight. Or I guess second, maybe. Let's go.
A little bit of splash damage. Fight once again swapping over onto the Spider-Man for a fast rejoin. Does get taken out. Solid kill, but once again, Luminosity still not able to find.
No way. They're actually coming back. He gets res. That's fine. VP has Magneto ult.
I mean, they just can't dislodge him from the point. They can't get Nevix off the point. He's unkillable. He's like a mighty redwood.
Oh no. No way. They lost.
That should basically be the death knell, it would seem. I mean, Nevix does fall, but look at the trades on the back.
They don't really have time.
The remainder of the team absolutely gets demolished. As you said it earlier.
Bro, what the fuck?
Maybe a last little rally back if somebody can get the touch here.
The troll ult. Dude, VP is okay. I just want you to know that Virtus Pro here is trolling. This is what they look like, trolling. They don't give a fuck. They know they're that much better than this team, and they're just literally they're just messing around. Bro, EU needs to. They need some competitors to throw down against VP. What was that? That was crazy. Maybe LG isn't considered like a top tier team though, I don't know EU that well.
C9 spelled SEA.
Spelled SEA. So I mean that is what happened, and it's
SEA 9 C9.
I mean, they're just strong.
That's
across
good.
The board. They weren't challenged at all during this series, Jake. I don't know if you disagree, but I just don't feel like at any point where they've taken to their limit.
Oh, they didn't even lose a map actually. They didn't lose a single one.
From Luminosity, which honestly I like them just like going YOLO and doing something wild because it's pretty clear your plan A and plan
Yeah, that was a terrible match. It just it just was all good.
I think it's going to take some time for any teams to catch up to them. I think there's few teams who are going to be happier about Intel supporting this broadcast than VP, who are just cashing checks week after week. And honestly, you got to put some respect on these players. They're the best rivals team in Europe. And honestly, one of those teams you really got to look to like a global level of competition to wonder if there is a squad that can challenge them. Honestly, I wonder if they're not the best in the world right now.
It certainly looks that way, and I think that if you were to say like, okay, next
What
week,
does suck about this? I mean, it's not that big a deal because what's interesting. Okay, few things. What does suck if this was a normal esport, if this was a normal game that ping mattered more. What would suck about this is you would get pretty shitty practice if your region was this terrible, right? But luckily, VP can practice against NA because the ping difference doesn't matter too much. which is pretty cool. I come from a game where you can't get proper practice if you play a different region. You can't. Your ping is going to be so high. It's all about the minor details in your aim and shots and mechanics that you'll never get good practice because you'll always lose, right? But in this game, those minor details, those like fine aiming details, the ping doesn't matter. It's so weird. So it's kind of cool because even though like, yeah, the region EU might be a little bit behind, they still can practice against other regions and still get good prac. That's really cool. Like I wouldn't be surprised if Virtus Pro mainly scrims North American teams. And that's really sweet. I love that. It's fucking sick. Let's go, group. Woo! You got to see people from Asia scrim with 250 plus ping in Apex. Is it bad? Is that really tough? I don't know how it is playing Apex with high ping. It's brutal teleporting and shit. Ugh, that sucks. Apex ping matters. Yeah, it's weird. This game ping doesn't really matter. Like at all. It's so odd. The only thing that ping does is kind of screw up your movement a little bit, but it's not even that bad. Only FPS matters. Higher FPS, higher damage. Yes, sir.
It's very central to the pillar of the strategy for
Destiny 2 style.
play, including obviously Nevix for this series.
Bro, that blew my mind. That blew my mind when I played Destiny 2 and I decided to play in like the launch day of a raid. And we found out that higher FPS in Destiny meant you take more damage. That literally, it blew my mind that that game has been like out for like 10 years and that's still a thing. It's fucking crazy. Oh. Okay, I thought so. All right. So Virtus Pro has won every single fight night in Europe. And how Fight Night works, this is like a community tournament. How Fight Night works is basically King of the Hill. If you win, you keep your spot, and you play next week against 2 other contenders. And the 2 other contenders are just randomly picked, loosely picked, like it's invite only or whatever, but you just can't play back to back and stuff. So they like spice it up a little bit. So last week, Sentinels was the contender. They were the winner. They lost to 100 Thieves, so that means 100 Thieves took their spot. It's weird that Sentinels is back in, though, because the way Rivals Fight Night's supposed to work is the same team can't play back to back. So it's weird how Sentinels got back in. Unless other teams just couldn't make it, which is possible. It's random, right? It's not random. It's just their only rule was the same team can't play twice, like both weeks, back to back. So it's kind of odd that they're in it. Da, 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 da. All right, so now what are we gonna watch? That was VP winning, right? So now we're going NA. So NA is NV Sen, I guess. I guess I'll put a nice little, I'll do a little hashtag RFN, you know, let's throw that in there, dude. I don't even know if they do RFN as a hashtag, but let's just throw it in there. Let's make it a thing. Fuck it. Is Doomed awake? Yeah, they're scrimming right now. They're scrimming. They are scrimming. Why don't they do one game in EU and one game in NA, like home field advantage in sports? I don't know. I feel like this is the perfect game to have tournaments in both NA and EU, right? Because everybody scrims and practices on higher ping anyway. Who cares? So I'm actually kind of surprised that there isn't more tournaments that include both teams or both, you know, both sides. But maybe it's just a time difference thing, you know? Like how do you say to a European team that you guys got to play late as fuck? Or vice versa, how do you say to an NA team, you guys got to play late as fuck? So it could just be a time thing. Because like it'd be kind of fucked up to be like, oh, by the way, you guys play at midnight. And you're like, huh? What do you mean you play at midnight? Oh, you play at 2 a.m. Well, no, I don't want to do that, actually. Score at Shroud. Score what? What are we talking about? Why'd you say score? When are they going to throw you in scrims? That's what I'm saying, dude. Get me in scrims, bro. Get me in scrims. I'll throw down. I'll show them. I'll show them what it means to go 5 and 12. I'll show them. Those 5 are going to be a nasty 5, okay? No, we're not playing in this. We're playing in the MRI tomorrow. This is just a, if you see it on the left, I guess you can't see it because my screen's blocking it. This is just the NA Challenger matches. So it's just going to be Envy versus Sen, and then whoever wins plays 100 Thieves, and that's it. They just do 2 matches. Rivals Fight Night is a thing that happens every week, and they just do 2 matches a week just for funsies. Oh, who do you think is going to win? Oh, that's why you said score. Oh, who do I think is going to win between Envy and Sen? We beat a team in the Invitational with Gator on Hella. I ain't going to say which one. It's just scrims, though. It's just scrims, man. Scrims don't count. They don't mean shit. Who do I think is going to win between Envy Sentinels? I mean, Sentinels. First map's BO3 or are they both BO5s? I don't remember. Oh, they're both BO5s, actually. Sentinels probably 3-1. Maybe we go the distance here. 3-2? Dare I say? No interviews today? This is different tournament. This is a completely different tournament. This is not the Marvel Rivals tournament. This is not the official tournament, anyway. I want to do a style like this, though. I want to do a tournament, and this is going to sound stupid, maybe. I don't know. I want to do a tournament with all of the top orgs and teams, but I want to do it like, I want to do it the way they do that league mode. What's it called? Fearless? That's what I want to do. I want to do a fearless. I want to do a fearless fucking Shroud X tournament, or I don't know what we'd call it. Doesn't matter. But I want to do a fearless tournament. That'd be so sick. There'd have to be no bans then. That's fine. There doesn't have to be bans. Fuck it. Not enough heroes? You don't think so? If you do a BO3 and you could only play one hero once per map, I don't know. I think you could do it. I think you have enough. Seriously, I think you have enough. 12 characters gone every match? No, 6. Because it's only for your team, right? It's not, you're not eliminating those characters for the map, like for everybody. You're eliminating them for yourself. So you would lose 6 characters. And it depends, right? Maybe, like, how do you make the rules? Do you make it so you can only, you have to swap characters on the side swap? Or can you, is it only per the game? You could absolutely do it. Because then you would have, let's just say the fearless mechanic only kicks in like after the entire map ends, right? Not per side, not per attack and defend, none of that shit, just per map. You would get probably 6 or 7 characters. If you want to do some swaps, you'll get that 7th character kind of gone. And then it's a BO3. There's 37, 38 or something characters. By the time you're done your BO3, you wouldn't have even gotten rid of half the characters. Oh, but if you were to go to game 3 though, let's say first game you do Luna Loki. Next game you do Cloak and Dagger Mantis. The last game, you would have Adam, Jeff, and Invisible Woman. That works. That works. I don't know. I feel like the format works. Is that crazy? I actually think it works. Oh, and Rocket. I forgot about Rocket. Sorry. My bad. There's totally enough characters for it to work. Totally enough characters. If you want to really complicate the rules, and this might be overcomplicating it, but if you really want to complicate the rules, you just say per player. So that player cannot play the same character twice. Then you just have your DPS swap to supports and then so forth, right? If you want, but that'll complicate the rules big time because then you have to really keep track of who's playing what. It's a lot easier to just like play a character and then cross them out and then say that character's done for the next of the series. Anyway, Fearless Shroud tournament with all the top teams would go hard because it wouldn't be that serious, right? It would be more so for fun. They would obviously be trying to win because the prize pool would be decent, but how hard can you really try to win when your characters are getting permanently removed from the matches? I don't know. I mean, fucking sick. Yeah, 1 million grand prize for sure. Yeah. I think I'm going to do it, actually. I've decided right now in my head, I have decided I'm going to do this. The question is, which tournament organizer do I partner with? Or do I hire a team for a weekend to run it? Basically, do I hire a team? Do I hire TOs that already know how to do it, or do I hire maybe friends or people who want to help, but they're learning as they go? I want to hear nothing as a caster. Yeah, we just get casters that have no idea about the game for the tournament. Is SDX going to play today? No, that's tomorrow. MRI's tomorrow. This is the Marvel Rivals Fight Night. This is Envy Sentinels. I got to poop, and I got to poop before this match starts, so I'll be back 1 sec.
V roster having this history is that you have historical teammate support. Hydration, used to play with Remix back in the day, has been close with Remix over a long period of time. Drop some great words of support for, whoa. Great words of support.
Calling him out. And this is a tough match to be called out in because, frankly, I think Sentinels are a pretty heavy favorite right now. As good as 100 Thieves look in this challenger match, Envy is so much more of an X factor. I don't really have the same expectations of that squad, frankly, as I do of Sentinels, with how much experience Sentinels has, how long they've been together as a team. From a coordination perspective, I think that's going to be a real test for Envy. However, you would think as individuals with all their experience in the genre, maybe they'd be able to put up a good fight. I think a lot of fans are going to be watching this Envy team closely in this series as a real test for, what's their potential here in Rivals.
Well, speaking of words of support, we got some supporting cast here too on the analyst end. That's right, we're bringing back in Achilleos for our challenger match in North America. I read the run of the show, Seth. This is the proper time to intro you.
Yeah,
exactly.
but like I had so many things to say when you're going over the Sentinels roster because I got to cast them last week, and now like the time is it's past. I got to wait until we get into the map draft to really be able to cover the topics that I wanted to cover. Also, you still have Hydration out there in the chat saying hashtag #IreneMixLose. So he's continuing on the hate train. D1 hater right there, and sometimes you love to see that. But I'm excited for this one. I think Sentinels had quite a big stumble last week, and I think if Envy comes in with some decent prep and Sentinels continue to kind of fall into the same treads that they were in last week, this could be them getting denied that grand finals matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what Envy has been cooking, but also Sentinels and how they've been adapting and, trying to elevate their level of play to bring it right back to 100 Thieves. But first map is going to be Royal Palace, where we head to here again. I believe the teams are pretty close to ready, but it's North America. You never know. North America, it's historically the land where you think
how
you're about
many
to go to the
players
lobby.
will be using the bathroom right as we ask them
Yeah,
to
so
the
you
lobby. It's not about
you have to have one player in the bathroom at all times, actually. So when one player dies in game, then they run to the bathroom, and then you just kind of rotate off of that, and then there's just this consistent delay that's happening.
It's ridiculous just how consistent that is. But I think for me, Jake, the big question going into this, for me, is going to be on the Sentinels end. How often are they going to get off 2-2-2 and do the more combination compositions, right? When they do triple Vanguard or triple Strategist, or will they just follow the 100 Thieves example and just go, you know what, maybe it's time to work in the fundamentals, go more in the 2-2-2 direction, especially versus Envy, which they might see as a weaker team than 100 Thieves, at least from the jump.
I do think the ban protect phase, probably does create opportunities to get off the core 2-2-2, but with how good 100 Thieves has looked, I feel like you've got to sort of look to them and even a team like Virtus Pro across the pond in Europe as being the standard bearers right now. And while in the past, in some of the previous tournaments in Rivals, Sentinels has been a squad that has innovated with the triple Vanguard or triple Strategist setups and has won with them, has made them look really strong, especially on certain maps and in certain ban pick scenarios. But like you guys said, I think probably fair to say that maybe 2-2-2 is just a bit too strong right now with some of these duelists just being so critical in the meta. You think about Hela, Winter Soldier, Namor, and even Wolverine, that really changes the game drastically and sort of acts as a quasi third Vanguard, even though he is a duelist.
Yeah, I think for me, one of the things that I'm looking to see is that 2-2-2. I think that when they did shift back over to that in the series versus 100 Thieves, that's where we were seeing a bit more liveliness from Sentinels. That's where we were seeing a bit more impact coming through compared to when they were trying to run the triple brains farting. It's still early.
Triple strategist is
strategist. There we go. That's the word that I was looking through. I almost said specialist. I'm like, that's not correct. Strategist from them. But the other thing that we need to be seeing is some more leveled up performances from Rymazing and Super Gomez, because they were kind of just getting manhandled by 100 Thieves last week. Kaluj as well, just kind of on an island, oftentimes just getting juggled into, being surrounded by that 100 Thieves squad. So Sentinels weren't able to keep him protected. And I think a big part of that also did come down to what we were seeing in the ban protects, which was kind of Aramori getting very much targeted with a lot of those bans, taking that Loki out of the equation, et cetera, to just make sure that they were like not on, comfort picks in that series.
Yeah, and I mean,
they are just like, it's a big moment for Sentinels, right? They got shut down pretty hard last week. I think that's the type of thing that makes a team that has had a lot of success start to reevaluate things, and it puts everyone in a position of like, look, you can't really pretend like there's not a problem when we just got 3-0. You need to be making changes. You need to be adapting, and I think this is a big test for somebody like Crimzo as the coach and also sort of the flex player for the team. What can he bring to the table as far as like a new, better look for Sentinels? I think this is a team that really needs to perform against 100 Thieves, wants that to be a true rivalry. But if you're losing 3-0, it doesn't feel like much of a rivalry. And I know that the 100 Thieves ownership is going to be feeling pretty dang good about their position based on last week's result.
Yeah, but I think for Sentinels, there's something said about, what is going on here? We're the teams here. This is the words of support.
OGs in force.
Go fact fiction.
Yeah, fact fiction comes in. There's a lot of authenticity here, and hydration just finding new ways to just, nothing but love, clearly, from former teammates. But right now, the teams are messing a little bit with servers. It wasn't bathroom related, but we should be getting an MO. And what I was gonna say for Sentinels is that, when you're on top, you have to get punched in the mouth a little bit to get adaptation, right? So for Sentinels, anytime you have a #1 team, suddenly go down a bit, they're the types of teams I expect to bounce back the most and get the most meaningful strategy adaptation from week to week, right? So honestly, that's why I'm excited to see what Sentinels is going to come in with here. I mean, already even in Marvel Rivals Invitational, right? They were able to take a map off 100 Thieves the last time they played. So there was improvement to be had, but now we've had even more time and we'll get to see what comes into play here on Royal Palace. Jake, as we end the Domination, anything you're particularly looking out for here that might be a little bit different from the other game modes?
I think it was a great call out from Achilleos there on the duelist. I think that's something that we're going to need to see have big games here from Sentinels and also from Envy. Cal and NK, I think, can be real shooters on this squad. So, if Envy is going to unseat Sentinels, we've been focusing on Sentinels so much as like maybe the expected team to go on here. But, Seth, you also made this great point of like, yeah, but Sentinels got kind of rocked last week. And while they could bounce back and be a lot stronger, that also shows vulnerability that a team like Envy could come in with confidence and try to exploit. So this match, I think, is going to be an exciting one for Envy fans as they hope to see that this team they put together can be a serious threat here in North America.
Fully agree. I think just sticking to the 2-2 off the rip, especially Sentinels, if you want to play around a little bit more with it, given how much triple specialists that you were kind of leaning.
How long does it take North America to start, bro? I just took an entire shit cycle in there. It wasn't even like a ghost one either. Like it was as nasty as it gets, a mudslide, and those are the long ones, as we all know. And they still haven't even done the fucking maps yet. Cycle, yeah. Now, you guys know when you got like the dirtiest of dirty shits, and you just like. You take a shit, it's that it's just raunchy. You do a little bidet spray if you have one, but let's say you don't have one, okay? You think you're done, you wipe, you realize, uh-oh, as I'm wiping, more's gonna come out. You panic, you drop your toilet paper, more comes out, and then you're like, well, shit, now I already wiped. Like, what am I doing? I need to finish this job. And then you finish the job, and then you're like, okay, now I go back in. You go back in, then you wipe, and you're like, okay, that's really dirty. And then you wipe again, and you're like, wait, it's still really dirty. And then you wipe again, and you're like, okay, I might clog my toilet. Let's flush it first. All right, wipe again. Wow, that's dirty. I'm glad I flushed, or else I would have clogged it. Wipe again, and the cycle. There we go, game time.
A moment to come in.
Perfect timing.
Maybe hope that you catch Sentinels off guard, because I think Sentinels might see this as an easy or free win, since no one except 100 Thieves, formerly Mutants, was a threat to them. And so for Envy,
God, when you
come
just
into this match being
when you take a shit, you come out, you get the chills.
No prep on you.
I got the chills right now.
Can you really attack?
Goosebumps.
Kind of the respect ban. Doctor Strange, 2 Vanguards banned out here, and I think these are both great.
Bye tanks.
This is going to shake up the front line perhaps a little bit here.
You need those Japanese toilets. I was giving you an example. I have a bidet, but I was giving you an example of what it looks like if you don't have a bidet, because most of America does not have bidets. I do have a bidet. And even for a bidet spraying water in my ass, that was a mudslide. Okay? Disgusting.
is exactly what I want to see. Just keeping
Wait,
this Loki protected. It's something
protect
that they did
Loki
not
for
deploy at
Aramori.
all versus under the
And if you're
Woohoo!
Envy, you might want to ban the Venom right now. If you don't ban the Venom, I think things could be rough. Sentinels, historically, when they can play a Venom, especially Domination, they like running it. Instead, they ban the Luna Snow, so... I mean, it's a little questionable because, like, if Sentinels does open with the Venom comp that they've run a lot, right? You would like having the option of using the more with Luna. You now don't have that option, Jake.
I do think it's.
Please show the pic of the toilet.
I think they want to ban.
You want to see the
double
bowl?
Luna
You want to see
copy
the
for
bowl?
Loki. They just that could be like super.
3
annoying
tanks are
to use
banned.
point
Yeah.
first. The stability that double Luna ult gives you.
That does
with
mean
Loki
Venom
is a
will
little
probably get
ridiculous,
played.
especially for teams like Sentinels. So I think really.
Wait, 3 tanks? Wait, no, 2 tanks.
Maybe for Team Envy, maybe a little bit more.
Right?
depth
Just
at
Strange
focus. They
and,
would like something like
Mag.
Mantis to come out. So I think there's a logic.
Unless
to
I
this.
missed
It
it.
also blocks the Namor team up, which is another problem for this aggressive dive setup. But honestly,
Oh,
regardless
Groot.
of
Oh,
which
Groot.
dive
Sorry, I didn't see
Vanguard
that.
we see, I'm just curious
Fuck
what
Groot.
the lineup is overall because typically
Fuck
Strange or Magneto,
Groot.
I mean, at least one of those is almost a perma pick right now in Rivals. So we're gonna see something new here.
I actually like Sentinel's pick here. I like the Thor. I don't. Yeah, that's fine actually.
Like the Hela, you could have that with the Loki and get the triple little team up there. But Kalush on Thor, I think it's overall going to be probably pretty strong.
Yeah, and not
No,
unexpected here at all, Jake, to
no,
get
play
Sentinels
Thor.
running
Oh.